Today I'm talking about parenting teens, the 7 secrets to success. This is part 4 of a 7-part series. So I want to tell you a little bit about who I am. I'm Carlene Lehmann, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I have a private practice located in Austin, Texas. You can go to our website at www.relationshipsmatteraustin.com to find more information about our services. And then we also have information for you in a lot of different formats to give you tips and strategies as you go through this journey of parenting your teen. So a little bit about my background. I have experience working with teens in the public school system. I've worked as both a general education and special education teacher. I helped students who had challenges with emotional regulation and also interpersonal skills, working with their teachers and peers. And this was very rich work that I got to do with them. I worked with them in social skills groups, and then I also worked with them one-to-one to provide them some support. And I worked with their parents as well, who often had, some anxiety and doubts at times, like we all do, and we're able to help them as well. And I loved it. It was a lot of fun to be there when kids are having a really hard time, and for them to see that you as an adult are going to step in and you're going to be there with them through the whole thing. Like, you are not going to judge them. You're not going to be critical of them. You're just going to help them. And the trust that that bond that you develop with the kids is just amazing. And the growth that I saw in them over the years that I worked with them, they would change so much, and they would have issues with self-esteem and their confidence, and then they would get new skills, and they would try it out, and we would have support in the classroom for them that they knew, okay, you know what, it's okay, let me try this out and see. And we would tweak things if it wasn't working like they needed it to, and be able to help them communicate with their teachers about what they were needing. And oh man, to see them become so much more confident in themselves and their abilities was very rewarding. And then now I work as a therapist, and teens and parents come into my office, and I really like to work with both of them as much as possible, because we're all in a family and we all affect each other, and the more understanding we can have, that grows the trust and the connection that we have. And so I really enjoy doing that same work in my office now too. And then I am also a mom of 3 teenagers. So I'm right here on this parenting journey with you, and I see the challenges on a regular basis. And then I do have one kid with Asperger's, so I know what it's like to parent a kiddo that has a special need and the different considerations that go into that. So we're talking about the 7 secrets to success, and this is part 4. So we're going to be talking about number 4, which is allowing your teen to fail, but I want to review all the rest of them. So in the first part of this series, we talked about becoming an expert in adolescent development. The second part, we talked about the 3 things that teens need most, which are love, boundaries, and power. And then, excuse me, Part 3, we employed new communication techniques. And in this one, part 4, we're talking about allowing our team to fail. And in part 5, we're talking about being a good role model. Part 6, we're going back to the basics. And then 7, we'll talk about developing and nurturing a support network for ourselves. So this part 4, we're talking about allowing your team to fail. And this can be very challenging. And especially if we think about that our job up until now as a parent, when our kid has been younger, has been to keep them safe, right? And most of that is us telling them what to do. And, teaching them about the world and how it works. And so now what they're needing in these teen years is for us to give them some more space. There's a lot that they can do for themselves. And part of that is allowing them to make their own mistakes and learn from them. And that can be hard. It can be hard to watch someone who you love go through things that are challenging and painful. And, definitely we want to keep them safe. So if it looks like they're taking some risky behaviors, I'm not talking about, well, just go do whatever you want. It's not that kind of thing. But allowing them to problem solve and work through things and figure some things out and see what happens. So one thing that research shows us is that anxious and overly involved parenting, which is often called helicopter parenting, that can be linked with increased teen depression, anxiety, and even substance abuse. So the substance abuse, they get into that because that's a coping mechanism for them to deal with the depression and the anxiety and overwhelming feelings. And we want to help them develop other coping strategies so that they don't have to turn to that. So this, it's natural to be anxious as a parent. I mean, as our kids get older and they're out of our sight more and more, yes, it makes sense that we're going to be a little nervous about that, especially at the beginning, because it is such a big change. The first time they want us to drop them off at the mall or somewhere, and we're thinking, we may feel like our teen is responsible, but we may think about the other kids they're with or the other people that are at the mall, because we don't know. And we can't keep them safe in every moment. We can't, unless you're going to be right there following around with them, which they're not going to appreciate at all, right? Part of the goal of adolescence is helping them become more independent so that they can function as an adult. And so we don't want to be right there all the time. We need to trust that the values we've instilled in them, that they do have those, and that they're smart and they can make good decisions. It doesn't mean they do it all the time, right? Doesn't mean that they're not going to make mistakes. But if we don't allow them that space, it can lead to a lack of resilience. It can also lead to perfectionism, where they're afraid to make mistakes and they have to do life like just a certain way, and they can't be flexible. And resilience and flexibility, those are skills that they need to be successful in the world. Being a perfectionist, that can be exhausting, right? So we don't want that for them. We want them to learn from their mistakes and even their failures. And we don't want to prevent them, right, from that. We don't want to do everything for them. You know, if they forget to do their homework, then they're the ones that need to deal with the consequences of getting a failing grade and learning to talk to the teacher and seeing if there's anything that can be done to bring the grade up, right? They're the ones responsible for their learning. We're not going to be right there with them for the rest of their life. And so in small ways, they have to figure it out. What happens if I don't do my homework, right? What happens if I say something that's unkind to somebody, you know? I mean, we hope that it's only that maybe the kid walks away or says something mean back and doesn't haul off and punch them, right? But, I mean, really, you know, they're going to have to learn from those interactions with other people if those are the decisions that they are going to make, right? So the big thing is them learning through natural consequences. And yes, if we see that something's unsafe, right, that they're in danger, then we're going to step in. We're not going to just allow it to happen. We're going to do something as the adult, right? So today we've been talking about allowing your teen to make those mistakes, to giving them some space. If you'd like some more support in this, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, or you can call or email me. I would be happy to talk to you about it. I don't want you to feel alone as a parent. I want you to know that there is support out there for you. And so if you'd like to stay connected with us, you can go to our website, relationshipsmatteraustin.com, and you can sign up for our monthly newsletter. We also have articles and videos on our blog. We also have a list of different books that we recommend based on what you're struggling with or needing support in. You don't have to be struggling. You can just want more information as well. And then we have information on our services. We provide parenting support, teen counseling, and family counseling as well. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and all that is on our website as well. You can also contact us by phone or email. Our phone number is 512-994-0432, and our email is Carlene@relationshipsmatteraustin.com. It has been a pleasure to share this information with you, and I'm excited because we still have some more parts of this series to go, and I get to share more information with you all, and I really, truly wish you the best on this journey, and please take care.